Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. I am Jessa P. Cabradilla, a member of Group 9 under the course GE 110 Entrepreneurial Mind, and your presenter for this moment. So, this presentation will continue discussion on the topic legal mistakes made by startups, which was previously introduced by Mr. Wendell Tumanding. So, starting a business is exciting, yes, but many startups make legal mistakes that can lead to a serious consequences. So, from intellectual property issues to improper employment agreements, these legal missteps can result in financial losses, lawsuit, and even business failure. Entrepreneurs can often overlook important legal protections in the rush to launch their companies, leaving them vulnerable to risk. And understanding to avoid these common mistakes can help startups build a strong and legal foundation and ensure the long-term success of their business. So first is not potentially considering intellectual property issues. Failing to address intellectual property or IP issues can lead to illegal disputes, financial losses, or stolen ideas. Entrepreneurs must secure trademarks, copyrights, and patents to protect their brand, products, and innovation. So ignoring IP concerns can result in competitors copying their works without consequences. So example for this a startup develops a unique mobile app but doesn't patent its technology. So a competitor releases a similar app and a startup loses its market advantage. So the by protecting intellectual property is essential to safeguard a startup's unique ideas, products, and innovations. If the rights are not properly addressed, competitors could easily copy or steal valuable assets, leading to a loss of market share and competitive advantage. So, by securing patents, trademarks, and copyrights early, startups can prevent future legal battles over ownership and misuse. So the second one is not coming up with a well-written contract. So a poor written or missing contract can lead to a misunderstanding, disputes, and financial losses. Contracts clearly define agreements, responsibilities, and obligations between parties. So ensuring legal protection, entrepreneurs should work with legal experts to draft strong contracts. For example, a small business owner hires a freelance graphic designer but without a contract. So the designer later demands additional payment beyond what was verbally agreed upon, and leading to a dispute. So a well-written contract sets a legal safeguard for all parties that is involved, whether it's with the supplier, clients, or even the employees. So having clear terms reduces misunderstandings and set expectations. So not having disagreements in place can lead to disputes, non-payment, and loss of trust. So next is this not having good terms of use agreement and privacy policy on the company website. So a website terms of use and privacy policy protect both the business and its users. So these documents define how customers interact with the site and how their data is being collected, stored, and used. Not having them can lead to illegal issues, data misuse, and loss of customer trust. So, as a business that moves in online or run online, uh, ensuring a strong term of use and privacy policy is very critical. So, it protects both the business and its customer by establishing guidelines for website usage and clarifying how personal data is being collected and being used. So, without them, businesses risk violating data protection laws, losing customer trust, or facing penalties for non-compliance. So next is this not using a good form of employment agreement or offer letter when hiring an employee. So an employment agreement or offer letter clearly outlines job expectations, salaries, benefits, and company policies. So without one, misunderstandings can arise, leading to disputes or even legal action. For an example, a company verbally agrees to pay a new employee a monthly bonus, but later on they decided not to. And since there's no written agreement, the employee has no legal proof to claim it. Establishing clear employment agreement is necessary to avoid labor disputes, and an effective employment contract outlines job roles, responsibilities, compensation, and company policies, providing both the employer and employee with clarity. So, failing to have such agreements can result in disputes over compensations, terminations, and other workplace matters, which could lead to legal actions. So, next is not demanding all employees to sign a confidentiality and invention assignment agreement. So, a confidentiality and invention assignment agreement ensures that employees do not share sensitive company information or claim ownership of ideas developed while working. So, without it, businesses risk losing trade secrets and intellectual property. For an example, a software engineer leaves a tech company and start their own business using the company's proprietary code, so which wasn't protected by a confidentiality agreement. So confidentiality agreements ensures that the employees and contractors do not disclose sensitive business informations. Additionally, inventions assignments agreements make it clear that any inventions or ideas that is developed during employment belongs to the company. So without these agreements, a startup risks losing valuable intellectual properties and facing challenges where employees leave to compete. Next is asking interview questions that are banned by law. So some questions in job interviews are illegal because they may lead to discrimination. So employers should avoid asking about age, religion, marital status, disability, or other protected personal details. By violating these laws can result in lawsuits and reputational damage. For an example, an employer asks a candidate, "Do you have a plan on having children soon?" So this question is illegal in many countries because it can be used to discriminate against women in hiring. It's important to know which interview questions are legal to avoid discrimination claims. Asking illegal questions during the hiring process can lead to illegal consequences, including lawsuits and fines. So, by adhering to labor laws and asking only relevant questions, startups ensures that they are building a diverse and compliant workforce while reducing the risk of discrimination claims. So next is not taking the correct steps before firing an employee. So, firing an employee without following legal procedures can lead to wrongful termination lawsuits. Employers must provide proper warnings, document performance issues, and ensure terminations comply with labor laws. For an example, a company fires an employee immediately after a minor mistake, but without any prior warnings or documentation. So the employee sues for unfair dismissal and wins the case. So, the termination process must be handled carefully to avoid wrongful dismissal lawsuits. So, without a documentation process or proper warnings, the employee may claim that they were unfairly treated while they were working with the company, so leading to a costly legal disputes. So, by following proper steps, such as providing warnings, uh, documenting performance issues, and adhering to company policies, startups can reduce the risk of legal challenges which tech terminate when terminating an employee. So, in conclusion, legal mistakes can be costly and damaging to a startup's success. Overlooking intellectual property rights, failing to draft proper contracts, and neglecting employment agreements can lead to disputes, financial losses, and legal trouble. To avoid this risk, entrepreneurs should seek legal guidance, create well constructed policies, and ensure compliance with laws from the start. So, by addressing legal matters early, startups can protect their business, build trust with employees and customers, and focus on growth without unnecessary setbacks. So, these are the 5 questions that is generated based on the topic that I discussed. So that's all for today's discussion. Thank you for listening and have a great day.